How much body you need to be using to go for a header and stuff like that. This is the sneaky part of football. Not a lot of young kids are taught at this stage. The game that we played last weekend, attackers don't realize that how much body you need to be using to go for a header and stuff like that. So when you give the defender a space like this, and you're not touching, you're not doing anything whatsoever, you're giving them this extra space, they can run and then get a better jump to the goal. Try that to go for a header, right? Okay,
yeah.
Do it.
So this, and then
yeah, see, like
Easy.
how good you can jump.
Almost like use you.
Exactly, right? But when you actually tie to the defender,
he has
right?
no...
So now try to jump. So the ball is coming, right? See, I'm pushing you back actually. So using the elbows, using the shoulder, sometimes pulling from the shirt down and then not allowing the defender, maybe you won't get the header yourself as well, but at least you won't allow the defender to win the header either, right? So it's this kind of stuff is so important that this is the sneaky part of football that not a lot of young kids are taught at this stage. But when you have watched the professional leagues, professional players, you won't see the space when the two attacker and the defender is going for a header. So you have to be as close. Like, I'm not telling you to hurt the player, but even like stepping on their feet slightly and pulling from their shirt, not to get a red card or like elbow on their face or anything like that, but just make them as uncomfortable as you can to be able to get the advantage when you're jumping for a header.
Especially against heavy, big center backs, you have to be as physical with them as possible. For myself, I'm a bit of a lengthier, skinnier guy, so it's hard to put off these really big center backs. So what I have to do, and what I tend to try to do in games, is really get in low as well, trying to push them off balance and then get away from them.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they're gonna get on you instantly. If you have any space, they're gonna use that as momentum to get over you.
That basically, when you are getting low on the ground, you're lowering your center of gravity. So you have a lot better balance to actually fight a stronger guy. So if you are up here and pushing the guy, he's gonna go less stronger, I'd say. But when you go low and try to push me now, see, I'm like steady because I put my legs down on the ground, and then like also the width of your legs is so important to give yourself that extra balance as well. But the other thing is, so when you're a striker and challenging the ball for a defender for a header, it's also a good idea to get them off their position as well. So do not all, because this is where every attacker start to battle for the header. But if you kind of slightly go behind them and then you get a better position and push them off the area where they're not supposed to stand for a header, that's also a good idea to improve for your game. I used to play for a team in Turkey that we were very short team, and we weren't young, it was the same age, but the other team was a lot bigger physically, right? But our coaches always told us that if you can't win a header, don't let them win it either, right? That's the most important part about it, because yes, I'm not a very good jumper. I used to be, not anymore, but now most likely you would win in a header, right? But I'll do anything in my hands that I'm not gonna allow you to do that. Yeah. So that's what your goal should be. Sometimes maybe you'll win, sometimes you won't, but the important part is not to allow the defender to win the ball.
I'm a first-year student athlete at the University of Northern British Columbia. I'm also defender for the UMBC Timberwolves men's soccer team, as well as Victoria Highlanders in League 1 BC.
Perfect.
Yeah, don't send
me. You lost Kim.
Okay.
You got a proper defender here today to explain that spacing when the ball comes in the air to win the header and all that stuff. So now I want to hear his opinion on what is a better position for a defender, because as an attacker you need to see and hear, understand both perspectives. You can't only know yourself, you need to understand the defender as well. So let's hear from Kim to see what is a better position for defense to take when the ball is coming in the air to win the header, or defending in general themselves.
So usually when an attacker tries to push me back for them to have their own space, I usually don't let them actually push me back, and I usually just step I just have my distance from them. So
Yeah.
if they try to push me back,
Yeah.
I step back as well.
Okay.
So for me to do that, I have my own space. So when the ball comes, I have my space to come around and then intercept the ball.
Yeah.
So I don't usually let them actually push me back or like get together with me.
Okay.
So I prefer to have my own space so like I can intercept the ball, or if I don't happen to intercept the ball, I usually try to, so as soon as they get the ball, I try to just not really let them turn around.
Okay.
So
But
I think that's the best option I have as a defender.
Yeah, so I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
But when a attacker comes to you, if you come here,
Yeah.
when attacker comes to you and then pushes you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then you're gonna move back to
Yeah.
give yourself that
Yeah.
space.
Yeah.
But it's if an attacker don't come back to you
Yeah.
and already give you that space,
Yeah.
you can just get a very comfortable position
Yeah,
to
that's
win the
true.
header,
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
So the more attacker pushes you back,
Yeah.
the more you are away from your general area,
Yeah.
right?
That's true. I just don't really try to let them have like
Yeah.
space they want,
Yeah.
because it's not really good for me, because my job is to not really you know, make them feel comfortable. I
Exactly,
always
yeah.
I try to make them uncomfortable by, you know, actually giving them space, but by doing that, I make my own space to actually intercept the ball, or if I don't intercept the ball, I have my own space to, you know, as soon as they get the ball, I can just like forward and then just don't let them turn around.
Yeah, no,
So,
definitely.
Yeah.
Also, it's very important to keep in mind what kind of defender you're playing against as well. So himself, I played with him against him a couple of times, that he's a very fast and very strong defender. So sometimes you will only get fast guys, sometimes you'll get the big guys but not very fast. So that's why it's very important, critical to actually realize and understand the opposition. So sometimes in the practices and when you're training yourself, play as a defender, even if you're as an attacker, to get their point of views, their ideas. So if a defender is actually fast, then you know what to do against a fast defender. You know what to do against a strong defender. Or you know not to get too close to a guy who is fast and who is strong. So maybe go and find another, like within your team, find a guy who's strong and fast and put him with that guy, where you go to the other side, you have a weaker opponent in front of you. These are very important to improve your football mentality, and they will help you a lot to go further in your careers. I hope this video was helpful. Please drop a like, subscribe to my channel with the notifications on. You can also become a member to my channel, where I have a specific Discord group. You get automatic invitation to my Discord group where we can chat one-on-one, and actually I can help you out to improve your game. Thanks for tuning in. I will see you next time.